responsible for strategic direction and decision making.
I'm Sunny, CIO, in charge of our technology strategy, data security, and also system implementation.
Hello, my name is Jenny, and I'm the CEO of the Medlink, and I basically oversee the daily operation and workflows, efficiencies, and the internal coordination.
I'm Pluto. I'm the CFO, the marketing manager to help brand outreach.
I'm Hayden, I'm the CFO, and I'm in charge of the financial strategy, risk management, and budgeting.
So to begin, I would like to start with a short story that represents the reality of thousands of families in Honduras. So at 5 a.m., Elena arrived at a public hospital in Tegucigalpa with her 6 son, Mateo. The line was already wrapped around the building. They had to wait for long hours with no information, no certainty, worried and unsure if they would even be seen. When the time arrived, the nurses were calling the numbers. Elena looked at her ticket and she was number 37. That day, the doctors could only attend 20 patients, so they were full of uncertainty. And this is not an isolated story. This is the reality of thousands of families in Honduras. And this is exactly why we created Medlink, to give patients clarity, reduce waiting times, and also make sure that no one is left behind by an inefficient system. So this is our outline for today, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask at the end of the presentation so we can continue with the company background.
So let me introduce our company, Medlink. Okay. So Medlink basically is an app, and it's about the healthcare and IT, and we define it as a medium-scale ASSS. And the problem that we want to solve is we want to reduce the waiting time of the hospitals in the Honduras, and also we want to improve the hospitals' coordination through the digital codes. So, as you can see, the hospitals in Honduras basically face the problem is that the operational inefficiencies. So, for example, the hospitals in Honduras, they use a lot of manual paperwork, and also their system is fragmented, and they don't have updated scheduling processes. So the patients, they cannot have an efficiency way to check the doctor's availability, and also the doctors and the hospitals and the patients, they don't have real-time data. I think the government is real, and then they don't have coordinate patient flow management. So the patients cannot have a good treatment. The treatment will be delayed, and also low quality, and the gap between the doctors, the hospitals, and the patients of the communication is big. So let me give you some data. It's about the waiting time. So as you can see, if the patients they go to the emergency room, they need to wait at least 1 hour to 6 hours. It's quite long. And if they want to have a specialist appointment, then they need to wait around 4 hours to 9 hours. So the waiting time is different, but they have the same root cause. It's about the lack of systems coordination. So we found a solution.
So our solution is Medlink. Medlink is a cross-hospital appointment platform. So right now, the hospital Medlink works separately, and so it's hard for patients to find doctor, and also it's hard for hospital to manage their patients. So in Medlink for patients, you can search doctor and also book online. You can see your waiting time, smart reminder, and also no-shows controls, which can reduce the no-shows problem. And also for hospitals, you can focus on the patient's flows, the scheduling, digital workflow, and also analytics. So our goal is simple. We want to save time, reduce chaos in the public hospital, and also give a better experiences for both patients and doctors.
And moving on to the financial aspects. Our business model is we are a B2B and B2C subscription-based SaaS model, which means we serve both firms and consumers, and we serve a subscription-based product, which is our app, to both firms and consumers, and we charge different prices based on whether you are a firm or whether you are a consumer. And of course, our main product is an app, so we use a software as a service model. And coming to the pricing strategy for the firms, we plan to use price discrimination based on the size of the hospital. And we determine the size of the hospital into 3 categories based on the number of beds available in their facilities. If you are a small hospital containing less than 100 beds, then we will charge you $300 to $600 a month. If you are a medium hospital with around 100 to 500 beds, then we will charge you $800 to $1,500 per month. And lastly, if you are a large hospital containing over 500 beds, then we will be charging you $2,000 to $5,000 per month. And now coming to the consumer side, initially, in the early stage, during the introduction, we plan to use penetration pricing, which means that we will be making the price of the app, access to the app, very low or even free, just to attract more customers initially. And during the second phase, the development stage, once we have gathered a significant customer base, we will increase the price of the app to maybe around $50. And lastly, once we have stabilized and we are in full operation, then we will raise the price of our app to the market price of $1. Now coming to the forecasted cost and margins. In our year 1, we will face $150,000 of system development. That includes the cost of coding, programming, designing the user interface, maybe even hiring some extra programmers to help with the development. And secondly, we have cloud and maintenance. Of course, if our service is providing app, and so we need to pay for the cloud in order to continue running the app. And we'll be facing around $24,000 to $36,000 in that aspect. And lastly, of course, we will need to market our app to both hospitals and as well as advertise to the consumers of Honduras. And so that will cost us around $23,000. And the total is around $197,000 to $209,000 in the first year. And coming to the second year, our costs will reduce significantly to $94,000 to $109,000 because we no longer have development costs. And the expected margins in the second year will be around 77 gross margin, which is around the median of the SaaS industry. And
So to expand, we will pursue venture capital, joint ventures, international NGOs, startup competitions, and government subsidies. So this is our development plan for year 1. First, our focus is on building a strong and reliable foundation. We will complete the full development of the Medlink platform and launch a pilot in 3 to 5 hospitals. We'll also be working in gathering data and working with patients and medical staff, collecting real-time feedback to refine usability and also improve workflows. And at the same time, we will focus on system scalability, making sure that Medlink can support the higher patient volumes. So moving to year 2, we're moving to growth and monetization. We plan to scale widely across the nation. Also, we will expand. We will expand nationally and onboarding more hospitals and healthcare providers and officially launch the patient app. And once we reach a significant and active user base, we will introduce the carefully selected advertisement partnerships. And together, this phased approach allows us to grow responsibly, also scale efficiently, and remain accessible while also building a sustainable business model.
So it comes to the branding and marketing strategy. Uh, the word less waiting and more living. What do you mean by that? We mean that every minute is matter, and even a few seconds can cost, like data life. So the Medlink have to reduce these kind of critical waiting time, and the branding identity is built on 3 values. First one is efficiency. We try to ensure that we helping existing healthcare system work better and convenience. We try to reduce uncertainty and also the emotional stress and trustworthiness. We try to ensure that patients know they will be safe, and also the hospital know they will not be failed by the system. And for the marketing strategy, we have 3 main ones. The first one is direct outreach to public hospital. This one we mainly engage with the hospital administrator and also the IT teams to show them how can we solve the problem like scheduling or overcrowding or even the patient flow management. And for the partnerships with the Ministry of Health, we will align with the national healthcare goals to gain credibility, and also the institutional, at the institutional level, and the pilot program in selected hospital. We can test the real world data by using the patient and also the hospital staff data to demonstrate a measurable improvement. Yes. So next, the value proposition. Our platform helps hospital staff work more efficiently by digitalizing daily workflow and improving coordination, which we reduce patient waiting time and also the enhancing overall care experience.
Next, we will briefly introduce our product. So Medlink has 2 main parts. It's about patient app and also the hospital dashboard. So as you can see the patient app, here's our Medlink logo there, and also you can search after here. You can see your appointment, the real-time waiting time for your appointment, and also you will gather the notifications, and you may be okay. And here's the hospital dashboard. So the hospital dashboard is designed for hospital staff. It supports schedule things, patient flow, and also data analytics. Public hospital better understand what is happening in the real time. And together, these 2 systems work as one and help public hospitals to operate more smoothly and also more efficiently.
Then let me do some market and competitor analysis. So first of all, I think we don't have any similar competitors in the market because our idea is creative and novel, but we still have some relevant competitors like the EMR providers or local IT vendors or some apps like the Dr. SB, something like that. So, but though we have these kind of competitors, but we still have an advantage that cannot be replaced. First of all, because we can have different hospitals' data and we can organize it. So maybe the competitors cannot do that. And secondly, we can have some cooperation with the public systems because we are decide the mapping for the public systems needs. And also, we have a lower cost than the EMR. Maybe we can have some customers that they prefer to use the EMR before, but the cost is too expensive, so they will choose to use us. And lastly, maybe we can choose to develop the bilingual compatibility because in the future, maybe our customers are from the whole world. So we can have opportunities we choose to develop the Medlink in the homeless and the developing country in the future. And I think maybe we can have some government incentive because some governments, they don't have such a like complex systems, and also we can create the digital transformation because after the post-pandemic.
When it comes to the scenario-based successful case, so these outcomes come from the original of modeling and also the digital healthcare studies. So what this number tells us, the first one is 34% of decrease in average waiting time. It comes from the measure like the factor that the shorter and more predictable waiting, and also the clear appointment confirmation, and also the waiting area which is like have less, and 17% of increasing in patient satisfaction score. It comes from the like factor from the shorter and more predictable waiting also, and the 22% of reduction in no-show rates. It is because of the automated reminder and easy rescheduling, and also the basic accountability mechanism.
So in conclusion, public hospitals in Honduras face a critical need for digital transformation. So Medlink provides a practical, scalable, and human-centered solution to improve patient flow, reduce waiting times, and also support healthcare professionals. So with a strong market potential, a sustainable business model, and a clear growth plan, Medlink has the capacity to transform healthcare access and efficiency across the country. So together, we can transform public healthcare one hospital at a time. Thank you. And we welcome your questions.
Maybe we can have 2 questions for the team, so feel free to ask.
Because it's a change in the main system and it's going to take a long time to integrate the system, how do you plan on making this process run smoothly?
So as we mentioned on our development plan, during year 1 we started, we went to start with pilots, like in making small hospitals, like 1 or 2 hospitals, and see how the implementation works.
So, because they're like private and also public hospitals, so which type of the hospital would you plan to execute your system first, and why is that?
So our main target are the public hospitals because the efficacy of the systems is mainly on the public hospitals. So that's why we are starting our pilots in small public hospitals, like regional hospitals, is our main target.
Okay, very good. I think that due to time constraint, we'll close the Q&A here. So thank you all very much.